So folks, who here has been in some kind of fight? I definitely have. For those of you who don't know, I rodeoed for a while, so that's just part of it. And after that, I finally learned that it's better to usually just walk away. You're not more of a man that you can kick everybody's ass. I do, however, believe a man should be capable of violence and to be able to kick some ass. But there's a time and place, and usually it's when you can't get away. And that's what today's story is about. So there's a veteran in a wheelchair that likes to play music on the waterfront in Seattle. There was a guy who came up to him who decided that he was going to call him out for potentially stolen valor. Now, I totally understand when people get pissed about stolen valor. We've seen videos time and time again where someone goes up to somebody, they've got a Navy SEAL pin on or something, and they start questioning him about it. Hell, look at Tim Kennedy, man. We haven't talked about him in a while. The guy's just stolen valor in a person. And I love all the people who are coming to his defense. Oh man, but he's a good dude. Okay, if he's a good dude, give back all of your sponsorship money that you ever got while you were lying about your service. And then maybe we'll be like, okay, cool. I mean, the guy is literally drill bit Taylor.
U.S. Army Ranger, Black Ops operative, decorated marksman, improvised weapons expert.
Are you still in the military?
I was discharged. Unauthorized heroism.
Like, that's pretty much it. People get pissed about that, especially when they don't own it. So the guy in the wheelchair is just hanging out minding his own business. The guy came up to him, ripped a patch off of him because he thought it was stolen valor. Then the guy in the wheelchair was allegedly going to ID himself, but he pulled out a knife and an airsoft gun, and then he got shot.
Show me your ID. Pull a fucking gun on me. Pull a fucking gun on me. Put it away, sir. It's all right, everybody. I apologize. You can't pull a gun on me.
Attorneys for the suspected gunman claim it was self-defense, but prosecutors say it doesn't apply if you start the fight. The suspect now faces felony assault charges and is held on $750,000 bail, while the victim remains hospitalized.
So look, folks, there is a lot to unpack on this because personally, I do not agree with the prosecutor's stance that if you instigate something, you no longer have the right to self-defense, because there are levels to interactions with people, especially physical interactions. I'm gonna give you an example. There are a few things that piss me off more in life than when I'm at a gas station and I'm waiting for a diesel pump and somebody just snags it while I'm waiting, especially if it's like a Prius or a car that doesn't use diesel. So let's say that I was in that situation and I instigated. I rolled down my window and I said, "What the fuck?" And then maybe the guy took offense to it, so he got out, started posturing at me. So I don't know, maybe I was having a real bad day that day or something. So I decide to get out and we start squaring up, and maybe he sees how big I am, or maybe he doesn't want to do it anymore. So he pulls a gun. Obviously that's the wuss move. If anyone ever pulls a gun during a fist fight, it's a complete joke. But what would I do in that situation? I mean, yes, I instigated it by saying, "What the fuck? I've been waiting for the diesel pump." But now he pulled a gun. So he increase the level of force very quickly on something that he didn't have to. So because I instigated it, do I just say, "Okay, shoot me, I'll just die waiting for some diesel"? Or at that point, is it kind of a completely different situation or a different level of force, and am I allowed to pull my gun and defend myself? That's really what we have here. I think the problem though with this is he pulled an airsoft gun. Folks, obviously, this is a horrible idea. If you ever feel like you have to intimidate someone in 2025 with an airsoft gun, there is a chance that they have a real gun and they're not gonna sit there and analyze your gun and make a split-second decision on whether it's real or not. They're just gonna shoot you. Here's the other coin to it though. The guy's in a wheelchair and he just had a patch ripped off of him, and he was not committing stolen valor. So he was probably pretty hyped up, and we have to consider the fact that he's in a wheelchair. So the guy ripping the patch off, putting his hands on him, he potentially may have thought that he was going to do it again, or maybe punch him, and he can't run away because he's in a wheelchair. Those wheelchairs can get up to speed, but they're not going to be faster than somebody running after one. But I think cases like this are very tough because the guy has been charged. He's got a $750,000 bail. Do I agree with what he did? No. I think if you want to call somebody out for stolen valor, have a conversation with them like a normal person. Don't be putting your hands on people because the situation could have very easily been switched around. People don't take kindly to people putting their hands on them. There have been plenty of news stories out there where somebody gets pushed, they pull a gun, that's it. Look at the Austin Metcalf thing. Stabbed for no reason. I will say this, and this is a common quote out there, an armed society is a polite society. If you know that the guy over there has the capability, or maybe is nuts, or maybe doesn't care about his life, or maybe is just at that point where he's done with everything, and you piss him off enough, he may just end you right there. He may just say, fuck it. That's why I, most of the time, apparently not at the diesel pump, I treat everybody like $1,000 because you just don't know. You just don't. But I will say this type of situation is the exact reason why I have attorneys on retainer as a sponsor for this show. You all hear about the normal self-defense situations where your house gets broken into, the guy has a gun, you shoot him. Clearly they see the guy with the mask on, the gun, and it's pretty obvious what happened. Unless you're in a woke city, they'll probably still take you in and potentially charge you because, I don't know, you used a gun. But attorneys on retainer thrives on these leaner cases, which is really what you need self-defense coverage for. They've gotten a ton of people off already, and let me tell you all how it works. If you're in a self-defense situation, you call their 24/7 hotline, you speak with an attorney, you have attorney-client privilege, they're gonna work to get you released, work with the prosecutors to drop the case. If that doesn't happen, they're gonna represent you at trial. If there's bail, they have bail coverage, they handle everything at the trial, expert witnesses, and this only costs about $1 a day. The reason why attorneys on retainer is the best self-defense coverage in the industry is because it's not insurance backed. Have you ever seen one of those insurance companies' exclusions? It's about a mile long, and it honestly has to do with gun laws. AOR doesn't care about them. They don't care if the gun you're using was registered or if our government considers it legal. They don't care if it was in a gun-free zone and several other things. As long as you were acting in self-defense, they got you. Because they're a law firm, they can do that. So we're giving y'all $50 off your individual sign up, $25 off your family sign up. Go sign up. You never know when you're gonna be in this situation. It's not that much money, and it could save your ass one day. Especially if you're in a situation like this where it's a leaner, you'll be charged every single time.